Roland Ratzenburger beat the odds by getting to F1 at the age of 33. Not many people have even reached F1, let alone at such a late age for an F1 driver. Unfortunately, he would only go to two race weekends, and at the third one in Imola, he'd sadly lose his life during qualifying for the San Marino Grand Prix. This is the story of Roland Ratzenburger. Roland was born on the 4th of July 1960 in Salzburg, which is a city in Austria. At a young age, he became interested in cars after his grandmother took him to see a hill climb event where cars will race up hills as quickly as they can. But as soon as he went there, he was hooked. And later, he got a job in a mechanic's office and as a mechanic to a famous Austrian car owner and motorsport team owner called Walter Lechner, who later opened up a racing school which he attended, and this set the pathway for his career as he went to Formula Ford, which many young drivers also did at the time, and this really sent him up the ranks as such. He then moved to Japan to pursue motorsport, and he started to find success in endurance racing as well. In fact, he won Le Mans in, I think, 1991. Now, in 1993, he got an offer from Simtech for 1994, and what this entailed is that he would drive for Simtech, a back-of-the-grid team that was founded that year, and this was a team that wasn't the greatest, but won over the hearts of the people, as they were the plucky underdog in every situation. And making his debut at the Brazilian Grand Prix, he sadly did not pre-qualify. This was basically where if there was too many drivers to get onto the grid, they would end up sending them to pre-qualify so they could whittle down the grid. He managed to pre-qualify for Okayama, which held the Pacific Grand Prix in 1994 and 1995. He qualified 26th, which isn't the greatest, but he was on the grid, finally, in what admittedly was not the greatest car in the world. After making it onto the grid, he competed in his first race and he finished 11th, which today would be considered quite a good drive, even though he did finish last due to a lot of non-finishers, but still, he managed to make it to the end of his first F1 race and not do too badly, and he looked like he was going to be on the up in the next race at Imola. F1 arrived in Imola for the San Marino Grand Prix, and on the Friday, Rubens Barrichello had an absolutely massive crash, which he only just survived, and this would set the record for the weekend. On the Saturday, Roland would get out of pre-qualifying, but heading on his final run, he would exit the Variante Bassa chicane, I believe, and this damaged his front wing slightly. What this meant was, heading down to the Villeneuve chicane, or where the Villeneuve chicane now is, his front wing failed, went under the car, and left him with no control, heading into the wall at almost 200 miles an hour. And he sadly did not make it, as he suffered a basilar skull fracture, which killed him pretty much instantly. In the wake of the crash, Senna would infamously carry an Austrian flag in his car, but unfortunately, neither he would make it to the end of the race. And it's a shame because Roland's whole career was overshadowed by the death of Senna. And I feel like it's important that over this next coming days we remember both of them together. Thank you for watching.